Hello.
Go! Ethan, run! Go! Julie! Go! Go!
Don't you want to play?
They rushed out of the house in a panic. But the next second Ethan got grabbed. Julie whipped her head back in fear. She saw Shamey signaling her to stay quiet. Then she pulled the siblings and ran forward. They darted straight into the bushes. The monster let out a furious scream. The others had already surrounded the sheriff and his crew, watching the monsters closing in. Everyone pushed harder and forced their pace. The critical moment had come. Jade's cow suddenly froze. He shouted for the sheriff in a panic, because the monster was already walking toward him. Jade stumbled back in terror. The sheriff told him to run.
Jade, get out of there!
That moment left Jade stunned. Luckily, Victor yanked him out in time. Meanwhile, Julie's side was still being hunted. The three of them bolted while the monsters were distracted. A man had been watching them all along. He swung open his car door and yelled for them to get in. The three finally escaped disaster, but the sheriff's group was still in deadly danger. A wave of monsters pushed closer. The sheriff's cow suddenly refused to move.
Can't stay here. Please, come on.
The innkeeper lady rushed up to help. The sheriff told her to leave fast, but she insisted on staying with him. The sheriff had no choice. They pulled the cow and ran to the barn. The monsters crept up behind them. Once they reached the barn, the sheriff slammed the doors shut and put up the talisman, trying to block the monsters from breaking in. But monsters were already waiting inside. The sheriff's face turned pale in shock. The innkeeper was grabbed right away. The sheriff fought desperately to save her, but there were too many monsters. They clawed straight into the sheriff. The innkeeper begged them to let them go. Instead, the monster picked up the handcuffs and dragged the sheriff to the back, then cuffed him to a post. They wanted him to watch as they tortured the innkeeper, breaking his will piece by piece. The monsters started ripping her apart, and the sheriff could only watch. His spirit shattered bit by bit, but for everyone's sake, he had to hold on.
I know, I didn't